And he was like, I'm working on a video. I would love for you to be a part of the video. And I'm like, wow, that would be cute. And he's like, Shania and I really want you. And I'm like, Shania and I. And I'm thinking like, maybe that's his cousin Shania.
Jaida Essence Hall is our reigning queen and winner of season 12 RuPaul's Drag Race, who won her crown while performing in her living room this past spring in the digital season finale. And while Jaida has been serving looks all 2020, the rest of us have been sitting on our couches in our athleisure, gagging at her. So, without further ado, don't look over there, because here she is with us, Jaida Essence Hall. Jaida!
Hey! Finally.
I know, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you're here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
What are you giving? I feel like you're giving a nice little like music video look. Like, what's she giving?
I wanted to go for like, what is a very easy look that a gay man would throw on and feel fashionable, you know?
Yes.
Jacket, hat, shirt, chain. Very.
I love a pronounced collar, I will say. So before we get into anything else, I want to get your opinion as the reigning queen of RuPaul's Drag Race. What are you thinking about the new season and that first episode?
Our season was about a lot of love. The girls loved each other. There was minimal shade, and people had mixed reviews about that. Some people liked the lack of shade. Some people wanted more shade. But I feel like the girls this season are sisters. Maybe we will see, but there was a lot of shade thrown around this first episode.
The separation in the first episode of like, you're a winner, you're not a winner was very like, oh, so that just immediately puts you on like drama alert. Like, oh, yeah. She beat who? Who she beat? So yeah, as a viewer, I'm very, very excited. I'm glad you are too.
I was thinking that they would have did it like Top Model House tease, where it would have been like, your lipstick, Shantae, you stay and bring the girls in a separate room. And then when the girls start counting, because they brought 26 girls, and for real, 13 are leaving, that would have been the real gag. They were like, I don't know what they're doing with us. And then it would have been like, you're leaving for real. Bye, tonight, you're done.
How would you have felt if that was you, like coming in that first episode?
I don't know how I would have felt exactly, because I would have won my lip sync.
In your opinion as the reigning queen, do you have any girls to watch? I know you have some relations in there, but let me know, what is Jaida thinking about the girls to watch?
I think it's kind of like, it's weird because I know so many girls this season. For sure, Simone is like iconic. And then I love that she put on for the Ebony girls, made sure the legs was nice and moisturized. Let the girls know we're not here to play, not just the legs, but she did the arms and the feet. Bitch, that's letting you know right there that she's not here to play no games. She's ready to slide through the competition. Candy was phenomenal. I also thought Joey did a really good job. And also I thought girls who I felt like were incredible over like the confessionals, like Candy did great in the confessionals. I think that Tamisha gave us that line of, the lady said, go home. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm excited to see like more of what she will say, and especially because she's real. Okay, she comes with experience. She's like, I've been doing this 30 years. I don't have no reason to bullshit y'all. So I'm going, if I need to read you, I will. If I need to be a mother, I will. But if not, I have to spank you when I need to.
My favorite part was when she was like, you guys don't vote for me. I'm the only Black girl here. I was like, yes, tell them.
I said, okay. And I'm going to be honest. I'd have been scared to say that. I would have found other ways around it. I'd have been like, oh, wow, this room is really light. I think we should. It needs a little bit of darkness in here, you know, a little bit of little melanin in the room. Please don't send me home.
Do you have any advice for the girls coming in this season? I mean, they've already filmed the show, but do you have any advice for them going forward?
The biggest advice is the social media thing. I think that's always the tea every season, is where you do the show and you're excited for what's going to happen, but then it's all these haters that like have so much crazy stuff to say. And I'm like, you just got to remember that you've made your dream come true. And for every one negative comment, you've received like 1,000 positive ones. So don't let negative people outshine the love that you get.
I follow you on Twitter, so I always see how you really do keep it pushing. And you're like, you know what? y'all can say what you want to say. I still won. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But then sometimes the girls, this is my thing. I like to keep it pushing and I love a positive message, but also we all have bad days. And some days I'm like, okay, I got a lot of time to spare. Okay. So if you're coming on here saying nonsense to me or nonsense to somebody else on social media, I'm definitely gonna clap back. It's fun.
Speaking of trolling, Miss Coronavirus trolled our girls in season 12 this year, and you had to lip sync for your life in the finale from home. It was giving couch cushions, it was giving drapes. We loved it all. How was that for you?
In a lot of ways, you can say we were lucky, even though it was a bad situation. We were lucky enough to see that the virus was taking an effect and most likely would affect the finale. So because we had that time, if it would have happened closer to the finale, we would have been kind of thrown off, especially after we started having garments made. I was glad that it happened at home in some ways because it allowed me to like show people like what I really can do. Because when you go to the stage, there's room for like these huge props and these changes and all this crazy stuff. And when we did the lip sync from home, it's like, just be you and show what you can do. And I know I was like kind of nervous for that because I was like, I know Crystal is crazy creative and I know Gigi is crazy creative. And like me and Nikki talked about it back and forth. We were like, so sis, I want to win, obviously. So what's the tea? And she was like, well, you know, they're going to come with something really creative, something out of the box. And then we came to the consensus that like, I can't level up Crystal or Gigi, but what I can do is do what I do and try to do it the best that I can, you know? And so I was like, well, I'll just lip sync from home, do some Sierra, remind the people that since you are now at the bars drinking like you would normally see a drag show, here's my living room rendition of that.
And it gave Very that. It was so good. I was Team Jaida from the very beginning. Let me tell you, when you did that Madonna number in that lingerie, I was gagging. I was like, yes!
Me too. I didn't know what it would look like. I was like, oh my God, because we had to do all that choreo. And so I was like, well, thank God my part didn't have a lot of dancing, but I was like, it was also hard because I'm like, you have to sell sex. And then I was wearing lingerie in front of a supermodel and like a congresswoman. So I'm like, I don't know what this will look like. And I was happy to be safe. But then when I watched it back, I was like, I could have been in the top. I could have been in the top.
Your history is in the pageants. You're a pageant queen. How did that circuit really set you up for success and teach you things that you would take into Drag Race?
When you work often and you put yourself in a position where you are critiqued, you learn how to like take critiques and then move forward. If you get selected for Drag Race, you immediately say like, oh my God, validation, I'm sickening boots. And then when the judges are like, bitch, no, you're not, sis. Like, this runway this week was late, even though you think you're really cute. And that can be hard. But for me, I'm like, okay, the judges didn't like this. It's the same way with a competition. They give you the scores and you're like, okay, I thought I was dancing my life away. And they're like, you look weak in the body. You look tired. And you're like, okay, well, now the next time I know to be stronger. And so going to Drag Race, I was like, well, if whatever critiques the judges give me, pick it up and move forward the same way you would do if you did a competition.
Even if you're not in Drag Race, like you take criticism and you think, this is what they're saying about me personally. But really it isn't. The judges are there to want you to succeed. So anything that they're giving you, they want to move you forward to be the better you. So I love that you were able to take that and apply it, and it shows.
It's like when you get critiques, don't be a salty bitch girl, okay?
You know, there's just so many girls in the Drag Race universe. What do you think really girls need to do to stand out and to be memorable?
Bianca said, she did like this sketch, and she said, all of you are important, every single one of you. And then she laughed and said, girl, there's like 14 seasons, 18 different franchises, girl. But I think the way it's so many, and like now it's a lot of girls and it's a lot of drag to take in. But I think if you constantly remain who you are, then you'll be fine. And I think even more so than like the art, because art over time has always been like art recreating art over time and things recycling, and like no matter how sickening a girl thinks she is, nobody's doing something that's completely original. You know what I mean? Like there's been influence taken from somewhere else that inspired you for the art. But I think it's even more so now who you are as a person. Like if you have a great heart and what your message is and like how you share like yourself with your fans and like how you share yourself, love yourself and everything like that, the way that you carry yourself is like more than important enough. Like you look at girls like Shangela, when she first started, she was probably not the most polished girl ever, but because of who she was, people love her so much and they remembered her. And then now the bitch is wearing couture gowns at the Oscars. You know what I mean? Like they say, people will always remember how you made them feel. They won't remember what you did necessarily, but remember how you made them feel.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Not everything in 2020 was canceled. You have worked with Shania Twain, Orville Peck. How was that for you?
That was it was iconic because first Orville messaged me, like during the show, like early and like not like waited until like, oh, you won twice back to back. And they're like, wow, she's kind of good. But like early in the season, like, oh my God, I love your drag. It's so classic and timeless. And I'm like, okay, thank you. As the season would go, he's like, you did great this episode, and just kept messaging me. And then he was like, I'm working on a video. I would love for you to be a part of the video. And I'm like, wow, that would be cute. And he's like, Shania and I really want you. And I'm like, Shania and I. And I'm thinking like his cousin Shania, some girl. And then I'm like, it's Shania Twain, Shania. Legends never die, and the moment was literally legendary. And that was the first time I'd ever been like a part of like a huge music video production where you can tell that money was spent, a lot of money. Even just Shania alone looked like all the money had been spent. Orville looked like all the money had been spent. So I thought I don't know, it's just feel like crazy to think about the fact that Drag Race can take you places that you wanted to go and you didn't even know that. Like it's insane.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's funny because Shania, she said, that don't impress me much. So Jaida Essence Hall impressed her. So
yeah,
that is so great. I'm so happy for you. It was so great to watch. Your win actually coincided with a lot of, the Black Lives Matter activism, and a lot of people finally coming to the table to say, we need to talk about this. When so many have been doing the work for so long. Drag, especially, has always been a form of protest. For you, how do you feel that drag can be used to move the needle forward on social justice?
To see that like myself as a drag queen represents so many other people in the world and like so many people like myself, it's like when you say Black Lives Matter, that means all different types of Black lives. And so I felt really good that I could use my platform and my voice to be like, although I might not be like what a lot of people in the world see as like a Black life that should be important, my life is important as well. And a lot of people that can see that my life is important, it'll resonate with them. Like there's a lot of young gay people who feel like their life is not important, especially like young Black gay people. They feel like they can't be themselves. They feel like their life is not important, but they can look at myself and be like, oh, there's another young queer Black person just like me who's important in the world, and them speaking up for social justice issues, then maybe I should too, because we all have to win together. That's really the tea.
Because you worked with Shania and Orville, are there any albums and music that got you through 2020? And are there any music artists that you're hoping will bring out music in 2021?
Well, obviously Ari was Ariana Grande. I still call her Ariana Grande fully because I'm like, I don't feel like, but she was like follow me and like so sweet to me all the time. So that like gave me a boost of confidence. Like Rihanna also was an artist, even though she ain't gave us the record yet. We're still waiting on it. But she came through and like supported me a lot. And then like Chloe and Haley, now I didn't get to meet them like I would love to, but also the Ungodly Hour album is going to be a classic jam of mine for the rest of my life. And I'm so glad that they created that album because that's really one of the pieces of music that like helped me through this year.
I'm still bopping to that album, like, and all their performances, it gives very Drag Race like thought out performance numbers with the looks, with everything. It's so great.
Oh, also Doja with Say So, because a lot of people were trying to give her slack for doing the song. They're like, oh, we don't want to keep seeing the performance. But every time she did it, it was like a remix of her song, like a completely different genre. And I live for that.
So new year, new gigs. What can we expect from Jaida in 2021? What are you hoping to get this year?
Okay, this year I'm 100% planning to like finally launch my YouTube and do like some cute, like, I don't want to do just like makeup kind of stuff. I want to do like a cute little like makeup mixed with like me getting ready, mixed with like interviewing some girls and doing all that kind of stuff. But I actually want to do like some like sketch comedy stuff too, because I like have like these really stupid ideas in my mind a lot of times. And I've like talked with Orville about it. And he was like, you really should do that. And I'm like, well, if I do it, will you come and be a guest? And he was like, yes. So I'm like, we need to make that happen.
Oh, I love that. You would be so great. I mean, all I can say is whatever crazy idea you think, someone else is going to live for that idea. And sometimes millions of people will live for that idea. Yeah. So put your work out there. I'm so happy that you were able to join us on Logo Live. You are a treasure. to the community and to the family here at Logo Live. So thank you, Jaida, for joining us today.
Thank you for being at Logo Live and having me. You are a treasure, and I love your Twitter and all that stuff. You know, I follow you everywhere too. But thank you for loving and supporting me and all that good stuff. I love you so much. And I'm glad I got to chat with you again. That's really the tea.